My name is Fritz Stengler. I am one of the owners of Heron Montessori. I've been teaching for over 30 years. I became a teacher because we were looking for a preschool for my oldest daughter, and we were introduced to Montessori, and I was amazed what the children were doing. They were focused, they were self-disciplined, they were doing reading, they were doing math, and they were only 4 or 5 years old. So I was amazed, and that's the reason I became a Montessori teacher.
When I became a Montessori teacher, it actually is a call. And I think back as why I become a preschool teacher. I never thought about the preschool until there's a vision from the Lord said, if you become the teacher, you can help the parents. The parents, you are the resource from the parents. And also the Montessori method, and that's amazing me is it's each one of the children are individual. And you have to look at God's eye in the individual, and it's not everybody is the same. And that really impressed me because all the children are different and all the parents need help. And they just spontaneously will talk to me what happened in the family and how the children react in the classroom. So, and also if the family and the children there feel confidence and feel safe, and they learn really well in the classroom.
I've been teaching for over 30 years, and we began this school in 1999, and we personally took over in 2003, and we've been doing it for more than 20 years. We both do. We're the owners, and we're also the teachers in the classroom. It's the teaching in the classroom that draws me to this preschool. It's not being an owner and running a business. It's being in the classroom with the teacher, with the children and the other teachers, and seeing what they can do, seeing how they develop through the year.
I can speak Mandarin and I can speak English. So when the Chinese-speaking parents or the grandparents, they came and they are comfortable to talk to me and sharing the things. And so it's easier communication. So we, whenever they had a problem, they always come to me. And so I can help them in that, whatever had happened.
And as the children come into the classroom, even though they can't speak English, it's sort of a universal social combination there where they can still play with the other children even though they don't have the language. I can still to communicate with them through gestures and different things. And they're still comfortable in the classroom even though they don't speak English. And again, Miss Patricia's here. If in case they do need to speak Mandarin to her and they need to say something. But as far as not being able to speak Mandarin themselves in the classroom, they can still communicate to the non-Mandarin children and to myself their needs and their wants through gestures, and it works out very well.
And also, I don't always speak Mandarin in the classroom because it's English major in English. In the beginning, when they come and they don't know the rule, and I will explain to them in Mandarin. And then so they can, and then after they understand that, they know the rule in the classroom, and then so they are very comfortable in the classroom. So I use Mandarin when they need it. Most of the time is speaking English.
This is a Montessori classroom. It's a learning-based classroom. It's not a play-based as some of the other preschools are. It is learning-based, and we do focus on some of the academics, and the language and the math. But we look at the child as an individual, as a unique individual in their development stages. We don't assume that all 3-year-olds are the same or all 4-year-olds are the same at the same level. Each child is unique, and at their own pace. Then we approach the child at their level, and we go from there, wherever they happen to be in life. If they're already reading, that's great. We'll go on from there. If they're still trying to figure out what 1, 2, 3 looks like, we'll go from there. Wherever they are at their stage of life, we take them in that development, and we grow from there. We grow, we develop the child, and we thrive.
Yeah, and also Maria Montessori, when she started to invent the material in Montessori method, everything is 1 to 10. So every sequence is so there's introduced. Most of parents will introduce the symbol of 1, 2, 3, 4 until 10. But when you do the 2 and give you the 2 apple, they cannot associate with the 2. So we start with the concrete from the volume says like, bring me 1 apple, bring me 2 apple, or bring me 1 and bring this and introduce the symbol number 2 together, and they understand this 2 means 2 apple. They can match together. So they will understand what's the concrete to abstract, and so put this together, and then so the children then they succeed. So even the parents were amazing. Even the teachers come up observe our classroom, and they were amazed how well they can do it. They can do the thousands, they can do the addition, they can do the division, they can, and also all the children are different. Some is sensitive in language, some is math, and some is good in sight reading. It's all different. So not necessarily age, because Maria Montessori, when the children walk around in the classroom, not necessarily they are not learning. When they observe other children doing the task or the work, they are actually learning. So that's why it's a mixed age in the classroom, and they can learn together. So sometimes the 3 years old can help 5 years old, the 100 board, how you can do this setting does. So that it all depends on the children, how the talents they can do it. And some of the 3 years old, they can read really well, and some of 5 years old struggle. So they are all different, and sometimes they can read and write really well, but their body, the balance is not good. Then we have to go back to the practical life, balance them, and so they can, because when the children struggle or mad, and not necessarily is they have issues, is the problem their brain thinking about, how come my brain is working but my hands couldn't do it? So that's eye-hand coordination. So we have to observe all the children what the issue is, and then we help from there. So that's how we do it. And this actually need to explain a bit what's the station change. We are taking the book had to making the notes, taking the comment what the day during the day what the students doing it, and then weekly basis Mr. Fritz would do all the how well they're doing and assess if they master it, and we go further. And which it depends on which station will be, and all the end of the week we'll do the checkbook, and so that's why every year and every day and they have different tasks.
We have practical life is one of the areas. It's basically for fine motor and concentration. So if the child is having difficulty concentrating on an activity or on the floor mat or on a table mat, we'll probably ask them to do some practical life work, because it requires them to focus on the activity to complete it before they put it away. All the children, they'll get their own mat, whether it's working on the floor or a table, they always have a mat. They'll get their activity from the shelf, bring it to their mat, they'll complete the activity, and they'll carry it back to the shelf. We have a language area where we teach phonetics as a foundation for introduction to reading. We have math. We do everything from the basics, from 1 to 10, to working with hundreds and thousands. We do operations, we do addition, multiplication, division. We have a sensorial area where they're developing their senses. Some of the things are visual, some things are tactile. And some of those materials, again, Ms. Patricia mentioned that Montessori is, they use 10 very frequently because we have base 10 in our numbers. So if you're putting some blocks together, there's usually 10 blocks. The pink tower is 10 blocks. The red rods are 10 rods. The broad stairs, 10 blocks. Again, to reinforce that we are a base 10. We also have our culture area where we have our maps of the globe. We have the continents map: North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia, and of course, we don't have a map of Antarctica. That's the only way we don't have. Not too many people down there.
And also the practical life, we change because we're doing a theme base. And every term we have different kinds of theme. There's only one theme we become annual, that's music theme. And we think music is very important in our life. And everything will pass, but the music is help through your difficulty, your happiness, and it's very good balance. So the music theme is our big thing. And I will bring all the different kinds of instruments, explain what's the percussion, what's percussion family, string family, and everything. The 4 different family, and they listen to the sound, and then we prep them, and then we go to the field trip to the symphony orchestra. Even the parents enjoy it because not many parents have the chances to go to the symphony orchestra often, and it's worth it to go. Yeah.
We've done a number of different themes. So we've recently we just finished a dinosaur theme, and we've taken the children to the Pacific Museum of the Earth at UBC. They have a nice fossil display there. We've gone to the aquarium. We've gone to Science World. We've gone to the Gulf of Georgia Cannery during our salmon themes. We try to use the local facilities and bring the families to those facilities. Again, some of those families, as Ms. Patricia said, they haven't necessarily been there. They've never been to the symphony. That might be their first trip to the symphony. Some of them know the Kauai Aquarium is there, but they've never been to the aquarium. Things like that. We try and take them to the local attractions.
And also, like the fruit theme is very valuable too, because the children can taste different kinds of food. And some of the students tasted it before, but they never seen the whole thing before. So what it looked like for the original. And so we will show them how the original, and you can feel it and touch it, and then see how it, when you open, it's sometimes a surprise, and how it looked like. And they will guess before how it, maybe they tasted before, and then they say, oh, I know this, and I did. So normally, when it is new food, let them try just tiny bit, at least you try, and then you know how it looked like. So because in the Montessori, taste is one of the sense too. The taste, smell, touching, and visual, and those are all very important, because instead nowadays people watch the iPad, it's all flat. But when the real thing is, you don't know how it feels. And so sensoria is very important for the Montessori team. We will ask the parents what kinds of base they want. The learning base or the play base. You only play only, but we are learning base. And we'll introduce ask them whether they know the Montessori method, what's Montessori, and we'll explain what's Maria Montessori's methods in the beginning, and how after we introduce the 4 different classroom setting and what's the thing we're doing, and then we decided, oh, this is the school we want.
What I saw was when I visited my preschool for the very first time was, again, the children were self-disciplined. They were getting their own activities. They were completing the activities. They were putting it away. They weren't leaving anything out. And the level of activities that they were doing, they were reading phonetically. They were doing math operations. They were doing addition with the Montessori materials. They were doing 4-digit addition into the thousands. And that is something that I wanted for my own child at that time, and that's something that I give these children here. I give them the same experience that I saw at that school. And I take them from wherever they are as far as they can go. Children are like sponges, and as much as you can give them, they'll absorb it and they'll soak it up. So if you continue to show them how to do A and then bring B and C, and they'll remember all that. So they'll remember how to add single numbers, they'll remember how to add 2 numbers, they'll remember how to read 3-letter words, then to 4-letter words, and even longer words. So you just continuously build on what they know, and they'll amaze you. They'll really amaze you.
And also Montessori methods, grace and courtesy is very important. You need to respect others. And so we respect, like in the classroom, we have a table mat and a floor mat. And the table mat, when you put it down on the table, and then the other people will know, oh, this is somebody belong to somebody sitting here. And so the material, they put it on the table, and they respect this is belong to someone. And they'll wait until they put it back, so if they are interested in that one, and they will bring their mat and bring. And the floor mat, you can work with some other children together. And so floor mat, have a floor mat walk. And then the people know, if put the floor mat on the floor, and they know that somebody work, and you need to walk around and respect somebody's work on the mat. And so they won't be knocked down with them. And they know the rules, so they are peaceful, respect, like the bubble.
Whether they're working at a table mat or a floor mat, the table mat and the floor mat, they define their workspace. So the children know that whatever's on their mat, the activity stays on their mat. It doesn't go over onto someone else's table, onto somebody else's mat. The same thing with the floor mat. Their activity stays on the floor mat. It doesn't go all over the floor for people to have to step around and be very careful where they're walking. It stays on their mat. And as Ms. Patricia said, the other children respect their space and they walk around their floor mats. I think the reason was the development that they saw in their first child. They saw how far we could take them from the beginning of the year to the end of the school year, and the changes that not only in the academic sense of what the child can do, but also in their confidence and how they develop leadership skills by the end of the year. That they are the ones in the classroom who show the younger ones what to do, and to help the younger ones in case they need some help. And they wanted that repeated for their other children.
Yeah. And also, Royal Blue and Montessori for years, we are like a big family. So even they are growing up, sometimes we still keep in touch, right? Even like, for example, there's one parent just passed away. Dad passed away, and the mom mentions that she's a female, and the son in the high school need somebody help for driving, sit beside it and to taking the license. And Mr. Fritz will become volunteer as a dad step in and sit in the car, make appointment. So they're driving together and practicing, and they celebrate together, driver license. And then the student will say, Mr. Fritz, I will never get rid of you, because even now I'm in high school, going to graduate, and you still help me. So it's It's lots of stories like this.
So when the children leave here, we continue to be in contact with the families over the years. We send out our Christmas cards every year to the family, so as a reminder that they're still in our thoughts. And as Miss Patricia said, when this particular child turned 16 or 17 and they was ready to take their driver's training to get their learner's license, and dad had passed away, she thought maybe perhaps I could step in and be the surrogate dad at that point. So I did that. And again, we see parents whose children are now young adults. We still see those families. We're still in touch with them. And as Ms. Patricia said, it's a family affair. We strongly believe that it's a trinity between the student and the parents and the teachers. It's a three-way connection. Hello, my name is Mr. Fritz. This is Ms. Patricia. We'd like to welcome you to Heron, Montessori. If you have a child who is 2.5 to kindergarten age, we'll welcome you to come to the school here and check it out and interview the teachers. We're in Manoa Steves Elementary School at 10111 4th Avenue in Richmond. And please go on down.
你好，我是陈老师，这是 Mr. Fritz，欢迎2岁半到5岁的孩子呢到我们的学校来，我们是一个 Montessori 的学校，我们都欢迎你，谢谢。
Thank you for joining us today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you come by soon and give us a call. Thank you very much.
谢谢你，欢迎你来Royal Blueham Montessori，我们希望能够很快的能够看到你，谢谢。